Explain why you continue to insist that white nationalists are American.
Listen, I'm totally against racism. And if the Democrats want to say that white nationalists are racist, I'm totally against that too.
But that's not a Democratic definition. The definition of a white nationalist
well,
is
that's
someone...
your definition. My definition
it is the
racism
definition.
bad.
The definition, the definition is that the belief that the white race is superior to all other races.
Totally out of the question.
So do you believe that white nationalists are racist?
Yes, if that's what a racist is, yes. Thank you.
It shouldn't be this hard to say that white nationalists are racists. But I guess when your base is made up of both white nationalists and racists, you don't want to offend your voting bloc. Now, this is why that reporter was asking Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville about white nationalists in the first place.
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American. It's an American. Now, if that white nationalist is a racist, I'm totally against anything that they want to do because I am 110% against racism. But I want somebody that's in our military, that's strong, that believes in this country, that's an American, that will fight along anybody, whether it's a man or woman, black or white, red, it doesn't make any difference. And so I'm totally against identity politics. I think it's ruining this country, and I think that Democrats ought to be ashamed for how they're doing this because it's dividing this country and it's making this country weaker every day.
Tuberville is also having trouble with drawing a distinction between an American, a white person, and a white nationalist. Real telling. So we don't need to make a distinction between Tuberville being stupid or racist. Both.
But that's not identity politics. You said a white nationalist is an American.
It is identity politics.
You said a white nationalist is an American, but a white nationalist is someone who believes horrific things. Do you really think that's someone who should be serving in the military?
Well, that's just a name that has been given. I mean,
it's not. It's a real definition. There's real concerns about extremism.
So if you're going to do away with most white people in this country out of the military, we got huge problems.
It's not. It's not people who are white. It's white nationalists.
Did you catch that? In a discussion about whether racists should be allowed in the military, which went on way too long because, again, it shouldn't be this hard to admit that white nationalists are by definition racist, Senator Tommy Tuberville asked Caitlin Collins if she wanted to do away with most white people. Wow. He later said on CNN that the point he was trying to make was narrower. Quote, Democrats portray all MAGA Republicans as white nationalists. That's not true. We got a lot of great people in the military that are MAGAs. That's what I was talking about. Now, none of this is new or surprising. Tuberville has been asked about white nationalists for months now. According to ABC News, dozens of military promotions continue to languish in the Senate as GOP Senator Tommy Tuberville digs in on blocking typically routine approvals over his opposition to the Pentagon's abortion policy. About 200 defense-related promotions are awaiting Senate action, but Tuberville has indicated that he has no plans to ease up on his blockade unless the Defense Department reverses course on an abortion policy for service members and their dependents that was announced in October. But see, when you equate the descendants of enslaved people to criminals and forget that the people who founded these United States of America invented our version of identity politics, when they made it so that only white people who own land could do stuff, you make white nationalism a matter of opinion. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has a new boyfriend, and good for her. We all need to be loved and respected, including people who dress in drag, like MTG's new boyfriend. The link to that video is in the description below. My content can be found by clicking the Jeff Wiggins hashtag or visiting my YouTube channel called We Gonna Be Alright. And if you didn't know, my architect knows Japanese.